Yes, they did. To it's very annoying. I'm not quite sure why. How dare they? There we go. No. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Kobold Chats. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. Did I unmute myself in Discord? No. As always, I continue to forget to unmute myself in Discord. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Kobold Chats. See? It's another week just like any other. I'm forgetting to unmute myself in Discord. You know, I just had lunch, and it's the middle of our day, the last day of our working week at the very least. And I hope you all are doing good. I hope you all are having a good time. I know I am, because I got my hands on some brand new books. And I hope you all did too, because the Game Master's Guide is out, everybody. It's out. You can go get it over on the Kobold Press store. It is, I've already been using it also. I think I told you all last week that I started to, I'm getting into like running my own home game. It's my first Tales of the Valiant home game that I'm running, which I'm excited about. And I've already been using it. I've been using the monster templates, using random tables. It's great. It's amazing. Hopeful that with the Kobold Chat I see something I didn't see before in the GMG. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what you've seen already in the GMG. If you've looked through the whole GMG, you probably have seen what we're talking about. But if you're someone who's waiting to get the Game Master's Guide, then I can understand why maybe you haven't seen like everything in it. But we'll be. I'll talk about what we're going over in that later. What is it that's out now? It's the Tales of the Valiant Game Master's Guide, the third book in the first run, right, of Tales of the Valiant. Of course, we have the Player's Guide, the Monster Vault, and now the Game Master's Guide, which is not required to run the game by any stretch of the imagination. It is purely an advanced homebrewer's kit game master's guide to be able to give you extra information beyond what you would need to normally run the game, right? It's like it is the next step up. It's how you bring your game to the next level. And so we're going to be taking a look at that later. In fact, it's not actually just me today. I have a very special guest, one of our Kobold Creates recipients from RPG Familiar, John. Hello, John. How's it going?
Hello. Close, but it's James.
It's James? Hold on a second. Oh my God. I looked at it. I thought I looked at it on the thing. Why didn't you? I should have. I'm so sorry. Hi, James. How's it going?
Hello.
Let the
You're
people.
so good.
No, I'm not.
I don't want you to feel bad because literally I work a job where several people will call me all kinds of J names constantly. You were not the first one, even today, to do it.
No.
So I do not want you to feel bad.
No, I should be better than them, is what this should be. I should be better than them. I can't believe I've done this. I specifically, I looked it up, I saw the name, and then I went, okay, time to type it in. And I guess my brain went, yeah, you saw John. I'm terribly, terribly sorry, and I'm fixing your
you're
name.
so good. You're so good. Hi, Livy. I see you in the chat. Livy is also on my team.
Hello, Livy. Oh my goodness. Please, James, let the people know who you are and what you do over at RPG Familiar.
Of course. So my name is James, or John. You can call me either. You can find us mainly on YouTube, where we do an assortment of videos, really. The weekly uploads are, of course, covering Tales of the Valiant on TOV's Day. It's a weekly upload on Tuesdays. Our Thursday to Friday uploads are Reddit story reviews. We read horror stories and commentate and give advice to players and GMs who are struggling through all kinds of crazy issues, as you've probably seen on Reddit. And then about once every 2 months or so, we run a one-shot of a variety of different themes. I don't mind disclosing this here. We're actually working on a part 2 to an Avatar: The Last Airbender one-shot, which is going to be very exciting.
Oh, that sounds fun. That's awesome. Love that. James, you all at RPG Familiar, I love your content, by the way. The reason why you all received the Kobold Creates scholarship or grant sponsorship, I don't remember the term that we were using, but is because you all came to us saying that you all wanted to make kind of educational content for people, right? You wanted to break down Tales of the Valiant and be able to like make stuff so people can learn how to play the game, get a better understanding of it. And I'm interested in what led you all to want to like go that route instead of like making an actual play or something like that.
So this kind of goes back to when I was first getting into other tabletop games, probably because I have severe ADHD. I love books. I love referencing books. I cannot sit down long enough to really dive into it. So where I began to learn tabletop role playing was through things like actual plays that got me interested. And then to actually learn how to play it, I began going on YouTube and kind of diving into what people had to say about the various classes from there. And I just thought that, you know, if people could click on a video and learn everything that they had to learn about these classes and then choose from there, it might make people's entry into this wonderful game system even easier.
Yeah. And I 100% agree, because that has been my experience as well as someone with severe ADHD who's slowly losing my ability to sit down and read books for long periods of time. A video that's like, hey, you want to learn about this specific mechanic of a game, or like, hey, let's run through this game in like a 10 minutes, are so useful, either to get into it and learn it or just as a reference for later, which I think is useful for a lot of people.
I agree.
Yeah. So we're not just here to talk about this because, as you know, if you're making educational content about Tales of the Valiant, we might as well do what we normally do and just start going through some Kobold Press stuff, and you and I can break it down together.
Cool stuff.
There's so much
Absolutely.
cool stuff. So much cool stuff. So we're going to do it just like any old Kobold Chats and have Jiro tell us what we're talking about today. Today's topics. First and foremost, hey gang, I don't know how we would get this far and you don't already know about it, but the Labyrinth Worldbook Kickstarter the Labyrinth Worldbook Kickstarter is we're, I think, hold on, let me pull up the webpage for you all. Webpage for you all.
This is for anybody who is currently trapped within the labyrinth and has not had a full, outward perspective.
Yes, exactly. We have 11 days left in the Kickstarter. Hold on, I'm just going to put this link in here for you. If you haven't already backed, you only have 11 days left if you're waiting for a paycheck. Maybe that's long enough for a paycheck. I don't know when you get paid. But we are so close to the closing of this Kickstarter, and we have obviously passed our goal and surpassed it by quite a bit. So much so we are at $303,000 and $975 also dollars. You just add those two numbers together. With 2,627 backers, many of whom I believe are probably you. But gosh, this is amazing. Like, this has surpassed anything that we could have thought that we were going to get for the Labyrinth. This is already our highest funding raised for a setting book from Kobold Press, and it's a good setting book to do it for, because the Labyrinth it's just so cool. I
agree. I was able to look at the teaser that our wonderful Zach threw into the Discord. So and also scrolling through here on the Kickstarter as well. There's a lot of really cool stuff. To the point where I'm getting antsy.
You want it.
I'm just like, when can I get it? How soon can I have it?
No, literally. And and I don't know if you all have been watching or know about it, but I have been doing a long form series on YouTube. Episode 3 just came out today, called Scouting Party. Where I sat down with Richard Green and Wolfgang to talk more in depth about some of the stuff going on in the Labyrinth, and today we talked about the factions of it, and it's like everything I learned just is like, okay, can we finish the book now?
Yeah.
Can I get an early preview?
Just a little knot on the rope of come on. A little more, please.
I want it. I need it. It's so cool. It's so cool. And also even cooler, because we passed the 300,000 mark, that means we're also getting more lineages. We're getting the Darrow,
favorite.
Right? The Darrow, the Satyr, and the Arcane Siderian, which God, I hope is a Ganassi. I hope to every. I don't know who I have to. Megan, I don't know if you know. Megan, can you tell me? I just need to know.
Megan, you can put an NDA in my email address, and we can make something work.
We can make something happen. I want to play Ganassi so bad.
Yeah.
They're just cool. And so Arcane Siderian feels like it's leaning in that. Your lips are Megan, I'm under NDA.
Megan.
You can send it to me, Megan.
I'm also under NDA. Megan.
But come on, Megan. Let us know. I really I need to know. But yeah, no, and it's like next week, actually, our final episode for it, I talked with Celeste about some of the character options, and she also didn't tell me if it was this chat. Well, Slack is, so Megan. But there is, gosh, I'm excited, and I think you all should go watch it. I will put the link for Scouting Party. Obviously, you don't have to watch it right now. We're in the middle of a show, so
Of course.
watch it afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's that. If we can, we have 11 more days. If we can get to 325,000, we can also get more heritages: the Celestial Heritage, the Messenger Heritage, and the Stygian Heritage. And who doesn't like just more options in a book?
I think we could even get to 350k to get that Dark Designs Void Warlock subclass.
The Void
with 5 indications and 5 talents. Just saying.
I think we could get there too. It might be a bit of a stretch, but I think we can get there. 11 days, $50,000. I mean, we got $50,000 in 30 minutes when we opened it up. So I think a little more than a week, almost 2 weeks.
And honestly, I'm so interested to know what Void. I'm assuming Void invocations would be, or any kind of dark design.
Yeah,
I want that so bad. Please,
right?
Everybody, share the Kickstarter.
Right, and that's one of the big things. When we were when I was talking to Wolfgang about the Void, is how the Void is such a useful tool for corrupting players and tempting them with power, and having a warlock with the Void just makes sense. And so pulling on, come on, we need it. I need it as an individual. I would love it. So that's all I'm saying. Hello, Gen 17. There we go. Whew. Oh my God, I read those numbers so quick. I was
Roman numerals. You did it so good.
Thank you so much. Hey, Raiders, welcome. We were just talking about the Labyrinth Worldbook Kickstarter, which you can find over on Kickstarter. You know what? I'll just grab the link again.
Easy.
Make it easy. Drop it in.
We'll guide you to the labyrinth, but once you're in there, you're kind of on
your own. You're kind of on your own. If you can find maybe a ferryman or maybe one of the Keeper of the Keys, they can help you, but that's not our job.
Or if you find an early backer, they actually have coins that you guys can use to get around too.
Oh, that's true. You can get one of these coins, the Labyrinth coins, and hey, I'll pay for your boat ride this time, but you gotta get me back at some point,
Yeah, pay it forward.
Pay it for it. But yes, that is the Labyrinth Worldbook. So that's that. What else? I already told you about Scouting Party. The next thing is talking about some of our new products over on the Kobold Press store, which is obviously the Game Master's Guide, which
Oh, well, yeah. You gotta have that.
You gotta have the Game Master's Guide.
And if you don't know why, you'll know soon.
You will know soon once we start going over it. Absolutely. Just popping this link in here. So that's the Game Master's Guide. We'll talk a bit more about that in a hot second. But the other thing, and I think this came out maybe just a couple of days ago, are the dungeon map tiles from Kobold Press, obviously. These map tiles are rearrangeable. You can put them in any kind of order that you would like. I believe they are also wet erase. I'm sorry, they are dry erase. Oh no, I'm sorry, they're wet and dry erasable. I was correct. You can instantly drop your players into a multitude of dungeon encounters and dangers with map tiles dungeons from Kobold Press. These 24 wet and dry erasable 7x7 tiles are beautifully illustrated with mysterious and terrifying locales suited for forgotten dungeons and underground fortresses, and including dungeon gateways, treasure troves, crypts, eldritch shrines, and more. Whew.
And they're amazing. We got to use them at Gen Con. A few of us here, Livy in the Twitch chat, and myself. Any GMs who went to Gen Con, we used these map tiles, and they saved our butts left and right. They were so good. The players loved them, and they were honestly just super easy to use.
Yeah.
And they look amazing.
Right, and it's that is always something for me as a low prep GM. Anytime I do want to have a visual manifestation of what's going on, you know, pulling out map tiles and being able to make a dungeon or make something on the fly where I don't actually have to, I can make it, you can just make it seem like you had everything planned to begin with. But
we don't need the giant grid of wet dry erase and an expo marker the last minute drawing rooms randomly.
Right, and it's like your players know. Your players know. Okay, you're making this up. But when you've got map tiles, it feels like it's all natural.
They'll never know.
They'll never know. So you can go ahead and grab the map tiles over on the Kobold Press store. They're $24.99 for 24 tiles. That's kind of like a little bit over $1 for each tile, which are front and back anyway. So
yeah.
Warren
So
Rawlings
it's like
says
50 cents per tile, really.
yeah. Warren says, I love your maps, so flexible, looking forward to the Dungeon and Ruins maps. Please show them soon. Hey, the moment I get them, I can show them. Which I hope is soon, because I also like the map folios. Great. Absolutely great. All right, and so the last thing, before we get into the Game Master's Guide, I wanted to talk to you all about something on the Kobold Press blog. You all know how much I love the blog. And I love the blog so much that I ended up writing for it. And so for October, I wrote a spooky lineage for Tales of the Valiant called The Broodling.
Oh, yeah.
Anyone who knows me, who's played a game with me, or has seen anything I've done, I love spiders. I love spiders a lot. I think they're really cool. And so I made a lineage so you can play a spider. Or a spider person. A broodling.
A Spider-Man, if you will.
A Spider-Man or woman or them or whatever pronoun you use.
Very true.
So let's just take a quick look at the broodling. New lineage, broodling. Hatched in the wild places of the world, broodlings are humanoids with pronounced arachnid features. The fine bristle-like hair on their bodies acts as secondary sensory organs. Their skin ranges in color from brown to molted white, to shades of black or red. Broodlings have 2 sets of eyes, a large pair and a smaller pair set above and to each side of their heads. The mouth of a broodling opens far wider than most humanoids and feature prominent fangs. The majority of broodlings believe they descend from a fallen spider god who gave life to them as a final benevolent act before the deity faded. Others maintain that they are the product of a mad wizard's failed experiment to cross ettercaps with humans. A vocal but small community suggests that they are the natural ascension that all spider species will one day achieve. No matter the truth, broodlings dwell in isolated colonies in the deep forests where they construct buildings and structures from their webbing. Most broodlings value community. Even those separated from the nests seek out and form bonds with creatures who treat them with respect and loyalty. The broodlings who seek the adventuring life often return to the nests of their hatching place to share their experiences and skills with the next generation. So that's the broodling.
I love that so much.
I love spiders, and I wanted to make a lineage that was both like, it was something that if you didn't know a broodling and you approached one or like encountered one, you'd be like, oh my god, what is that? And like initially scary, but there's a lot more depth to it than that, you know?
Hello, my name is Greg. Please don't be afraid.
Please
I
don't
get
be.
this a lot.
I get this. It's like what was the character's name from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy? The giant spider, who's Billy's son.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Was it Jim?
It was Jeff. It was Jeffrey.
Jeff.
Yes.
Another J name.
There we go. Jeff the spider. But like very friendly and like great, but also is capable of extreme violence.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Broodlings mature rapidly, growing into adulthood within 3 years. Broodlings live to be 20 or 30 years old, though some live to reach their 50s. Your size is medium. Broodlings have a slim build, standing around 5 feet tall, and are rarely more than 100 pounds. Your base walking speed is 30 feet, and you also have a climbing feat of 30 feet, which makes sense. You're a spider. Hybrid humanoid. Though your type is humanoid, you have traits in common with monstrosities. You have advantage on saves against effects that would cause you to become exhausted, and you have advantage on saves against being frightened. Web walker. You ignore movement restrictions caused by webbing.
Fair.
Right? You're a spider. You should be able to walk on webs, I feel.
Yeah.
Natural weapons. You have powerful fangs that serve you as a natural weapon. You can use your natural weapon to make unarmed strikes. When you hit with it, your strike deals 1d6 plus your strength or dex modifier, choosing which during character creation, piercing damage. You get to bite people.
I love the inclusion of strength or dex, so you're not locked into a playstyle.
Exactly. And like I think there are quite a few lineages that work that way. I think the beast can also work that way, which is like, hey, if you're going to strength build or a dex build, you can choose which one works best for you. You're not stuck in one. Why would you want to be? That would suck.
Yeah. It's not a very creative outlook.
Yeah. It's like, well, all of us use strength. I'm sorry. Lean, fast, and dexterous spider, you gotta use strength. And then the last of the lineage traits, spinneret. You can naturally produce strands of spider silk, which is a new equipment. In 1 minute, you can produce up to 50 feet of it. You can do this up to 5 times until you finish a long rest. Spider silk you create this way unravels and dissipates after 24 hours. But if you engage in crafting downtime, you can create permanent 50-foot lengths of spider silk. So you can, during a 24-hour period, you can make as much as you want, or I guess 5 times 50. So you can make 500 feet of rope every 24 hours. But over the course of a week, you can make those permanent rather than something that dissipate. So if you wanted to use spider silk as some kind of crafting material for like long-term use, you can do that. Or you can use it for that 24-hour period if you just need a really quick rope ladder, or you need to bind something or someone, or you need to pull something because it's spider silk, so it's sticky.
I love that. Kendo, can they make clothes? I need to know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't you be able to be? You know, you can. Yeah.
You see what era I'm stuck in? Sorry.
No. I understand. Yeah. I believe Yes, down in the Spider Keeper, you can get proficiency either using clothier tools or construction tools, and you can use it's assumed that you can use spider silk in doing either.
No, I love that. That's amazing.
Right? And hey, here's why. So, Silkstrider is the new heritage. Silkstrider characters were raised in broodling communities hidden in the canopies of ancient forests. The sprawling webs of a broodling city, often called nests, can stretch for miles, connected by an intricate network of web bridges that archive the community's history, weaved into their very walls. Crossing these bridges can be harrowing for the uninitiated, but for those who have lived in the web walk, crossing a web bridge is second nature. The bridges are multi-purpose and used for transportation, hunting, and education. The webs that connect their structures also feed and connect them to each other and their history. According to the weavings in the web walk, the first clutch was separated by a terrible storm that blew them all into the trees of a primordial forest. Mourning the loss of their siblings, each of them weaved a nest to house their own clutches, which became the foundations of the first nests. These communities are continually expanding to accommodate their exponentially growing population. Sorry, give me 1 second. Hey, so if you are only hearing my audio for it, it should be, make sure that you don't have the stream muted in Discord. Sorry, this was for Discord only. Make sure you don't have the stream muted, because that can be an issue. Otherwise, yours should be monitoring on Discord as well.
Don't worry, Discord. I'll pantomime for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's my bad.
Hey, no, that's me. Not muted. Okay, let me double check something for you, and then advanced properties.
It's okay. Hazillo, you don't need to hear me. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Hold on. One moment. Awesome. Okay.
Not
Cool.
muted.
There we go. That
now the audio is back on Discord. Okay, well it seems to. Yeah, cool.
Yep. Okay. Fix it. Hey, I figured it out. Let's go.
Hey.
Where was I? Oh, yes. These communities are continually expanding to accommodate their exponentially growing population and in hopes of one day reconnecting all of the first nests. Though these nests are primarily home to broodlings, anyone is welcome within their web domain, especially if they have goods to trade or knowledge about other nests to share. All they ask is that they respect their customs and bring no harm to the web that gives them life and the other spiders and spider-like creatures that call the nest their home. You get Web Dancer. You gain proficiency in acrobatics, double your proficiency bonus for any ability check you make to keep your balance while crossing a narrow path, such as a strand of web, a tightrope, or a cliffside ledge. Web Builder. You gain proficiency with construction tools. In addition, you can use spider silk as construction tools. Double your proficiency bonus for any ability check using webbing, ropes, vines, or similar materials to fortify or build cover. And the languages,
that's cool.
Right? It's like it makes sense because I imagine they're constantly having to like fix or like things like all right, gotta make some webs. Cool. All right, that's fixed and holding into place now. And then also, you know, those abilities transfer if you're used to using, you know, spider silk threads to do stuff using rope or vines. Also, you know,
honestly, there's a lot of utility here on top of the lineage already being really cool. So overall, Kendo, amazing job here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I think moving it to a more like utility based kind of character or like options really was my goal over giving something that was explicitly like all combat. Because I think it would have been very easy to make a spider that was like, it's poisonous.
it's poisonous and it's strong and
it's like, okay.
And it's fast.
Right. It's like, and it's scary. It's like, yeah, that's cool. But like, how is that helpful for it living in society? So yeah. And then last, you get one common language. You get the common tongue and one additional language. Typical Silk Striders speak Sylvan. And then last, the Spider Keeper background. You were chosen to care for one or more of the spiders of the Ebon Clutch, a family of spiders whose lineage can be traced back to the first nests, and whose webs are used to build and maintain the web walks. This sacred duty required deep knowledge and understanding of these powerful and often volatile creatures to protect yourself and anyone foolish enough to get caught in their web. Perhaps this was an honorable task, inherited from your family lineage, a punishment for breaking your community's laws, or a lifelong goal that took many years of study and practice to attain. Regardless of how you were chosen, the years you spent with the Ebon Clutch have given you insight into the behaviors of spiders and the ability to communicate with them. You get two skill proficiencies between history, animal handling, religion, and survival. You get additional proficiencies in that you can speak the language of spiders. They understand you and can relay simple messages and concepts in return, as the Speak with Animals spell. In addition, you gain proficiency in either clothier tools or construction tools. Equipment, you get 50 feet of spider silk, a set of fine clothes, a vial of antitoxin, and a coin purse containing 5 gold pieces. Spider keepers delight in the arachnid beauty of their charges, no matter how other societies view them. Thinking about your duties, you've handled Think about your duties you've handled up until now in the familiar environs of the Ebon Clutch, and what might cause your situation to change. When you begin your adventures, consider why your character decided to, or is forced to, venture into the wider world to face untold dangers. And then D8 motivation. I'm going to roll a D8. Let's just see what this gives me.
Oh, nice.
D8. I rolled a 1, so... As the spiders teach us, to taste a thing is to know a thing. After the assassins burn the clutch, I will get revenge for my arachnid family. I am charged with scouting the defenses of the kingdoms in advance of the coming arachnid invasion. I must find all of the items on a list of rare components so the clutch can be cured of a magical ailment. I'm sketching and cataloging all of the arachnid species for a tome that I am writing. Apparently, the elders feel I need seasoning and perspective. But I shall teach everyone the magic and wonder of spiders. Or my pet spider Reggie wants to see the world.
Reggie's got to get out there.
Reggie's got to get it out there. Reggie and Jeff going on an adventure. My brooding character, Jeff, and his pet spider, Reggie.
When you were bringing up that they could communicate with spiders, I was really hoping that they would just spell out words in the webs, like Charlotte or Spider-Man from Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's pretty good, though. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
I kind of, as a GM, you can
flavor it that way.
You can flavor it however you want.
That's an idea for free, everybody. There
exactly.
You go.
See, you get so much from Kobold Chats. And then last is explaining the new equipment. You can get spider silk, 50 feet of it for 5 gold. It weighs 5 pounds, which is about as much. It costs as much as regular rope, but weighs less. Spider silk is a thick, lightweight webbing spun by giant spiders, broodlings, and other arachnid adjacent creatures. It can stick to solid surfaces and hold up to 200 pounds. It has an AC of 11 and 5 hit points, with vulnerability to fire damage, but immunity to bludgeoning, poison, and psychic damage. That's the broodling, everybody. I can see it now. Charlotte's
Can we get some claps in the chat for that? That's amazing.
Sure. Oh no claps necessary. Thank you though. It's I loved writing this, and it made me want to do more design because I think it's just fun personally.
No, yeah, lineages are part of my most favorite things to homebrew. So I'm right there with you. This was masterfully done. Accept the praise and like it.
Well, I will accept some of the praise. I will also give some to our blog editor Jeff, who did some dev editing. And
Jeff the Spider?
Jeff the Spider.
Perfect.
Now we need a partling, a broodling, a boar-themed beastkin, and a young farm girl, and we've got a TOV adventure for Charlotte's Web. That's so funny. But hey, all of the things you can do in Tales of the Valiant. See, there you go. Awesome. Well, I promised you, everybody, it's time. Are you ready, James?
Yes.
Let's talk about the Game Master's Guide. So you did you back the Game Master's Guide? I don't remember. Or did you? I might have given it to you as part of the Kobold Creates package. I don't remember.
Yeah. I did get it as part of the Kobold Creates package. So I did not back it when it was available, which I'm very sad about. But no I do still have it.
Okay. And how much of it have you gone through already?
You know, Livy Rose Games in the Twitch chat here and I, we maybe spent an hour looking at the Game Master's Guide, but I think about 30 minutes of that was all stuck on one piece of art because we were just falling in love with it and trying to figure out if it was orange soda or cola. I think it was on like one of the first 10 pages.
I think I know. Yeah, hold on, wait. I don't think it's that far away from. Oh, there it is.
Where to go? Where to go? Where to go?
There
Where to
it
go?
is.
There
It's
it
on
is.
page
Yep.
page
Yep.
14 of the Game Master's Guide.
Can we get a confirmation from the artist of what kind of liquid is in the bottle?
Okay, yeah,
'Cause we had quite the debate.
this is interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's cola. And I think it's cola because the darker shades of it get too dark for an orange soda.
Ooh, that's a good point. I think Livy was thinking it was orange because the O, if you zoom in really close on the writing, the O's look like oranges.
Oh, I see.
Surprise, everybody. This is actually what we're going to be covering.
This is what we're talking. Wait, oh, does this say Kobold? Is this a Kobold brand soda? Oh, wait, hold on. Whoa, hold on. Wait, the alt text might answer this for us.
Will it? Ooh.
A dark-haired woman in a cardigan sweater and jeans sets up a dining table within a dungeon room with dice, a map, miniatures, papers, and snacks. It doesn't specify. That's understandable.
Dang it. Okay, fine. The mystery continues.
The mystery continues. Well,
Livy, I tried to get the answer. I did.
Hey, maybe I can talk to Mark. Maybe Mark will know. Our art director. I wonder what the brief said. The art brief might have specified what kind of
it's gonna be the official liquid beverage of Kobold Creates or Kobold Press in general, right? It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. Yeah. I really wish I knew if it just said Kobold on it or if there was like more to the writing.
Yeah.
Dr. Kobold soda.
It could be Kobo Cola.
Kobo Cola would be pretty good.
Kobo Cola, maybe.
Kobo Cola.
I'm sorry, I'm getting us way off track.
No, you're
once again with this art.
No, you're so good. But hey, so talking about the Game Master's Guide, as we said before, this is more of an advanced GM's guide, right? And it's good. It's still good for new GMs as well, I believe, because there's so much information, like foundational information to be like, hey, here's what it means to run a game. Here's how you run a game for different players. Here's how, hold on, wait, let me go to the table of contents here.
The player playstyles in this book are amazing.
Yes.
Actually, it's really hard to, like, if someone's like, I really want to get into into GMing, you have to go, okay, well, you have to kind of know what your players are like. Are they going to be more like, and then you give out vague examples of what certain player types might be. But here they just list them out, and I've read them, and they're actually pretty precise. I mean, in my opinion, I think they really hit the nail right on the head.
Yeah. Oh, who's this person in the chat?
We don't want cheap viewers.
We don't want cheap viewers.
We don't want them.
Get out of here.
I love that they kept the note, remove the space in the clearly malware link, whatever this is.
Hey, now, wait, is it going to let me? Oh, wait, I might have to go to actual Twitch to get this person out of here.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. Wait, how do I switch to, no.
Where's Jeff the Spider when we need him?
Where's Jeff the Spider when we need him? Oh, I don't want to, no, how do I want them out of here. Oh, there we go. I figured out how to do it.
Perfect. You have been smited.
You've been smited by the banning hammer. All right. Table of contents.
Yes.
You can see, even from the beginning, it's telling you how to be a GM, talking about the different player styles. Honestly, yeah. How about we go look at the different player styles?
I would love that.
Yeah. So this is in chapter 1, how to be a GM. After talking about the GM lexicon, talking about the words you need to know, we talk about the different players and their play styles and how you can communicate with them to better understand what it is that they're looking for out of the game and how you can help give them the experience that they're looking for, which I think is good for both new and experienced GMs, right? Because there aren't a lot of great models on how to facilitate communication between players with each other and you as the runner of their game with the players to be able to figure out, hey, What are you looking for? How do I best support you in playing this game? And so I think explicitly stating it is very helpful.
Agreed.
So in the players and playstyles, hold on, let me get my drink of water so I don't.
Go for it. Are you just going to read this first section?
Yeah.
I gotcha. As you gain experience running adventures, you will become aware of all the things people enjoy about the game. The following categories describe player archetypes that you are likely to find in a gaming group. Though players often enjoy multiple aspects of the gaming experience and present recommendations for tailoring. Did I miss a section?
No, I don't
Though
think so.
players often enjoy multiple aspects of the gaming experience and present recommendations for tailoring your games to enhance an individual's experience. Sorry, guys. My screen is very small.
No, you're so
It's a very small screen.
A very small screen. I trip over my own words all the time. So you are good. So they break this down into how many of these are there? One,
there's 6.
2, 3. I think that's right. 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Oh, the wild card. Oof.
We were trying to determine which playstyle would likely fit the various members of the Valiant Six. And we knew that the wild card was definitely the kobold whose name I'm forgetting.
Oh,
the
Zaliandrix.
Zal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love Zal. I've played him multiple times. I love my boy Zal. Okay, so the actor lives to embody their PCs, delighting in stepping into the shoes of another and seeing the world through their eyes. These players are most interested in the story of the game, generally viewing mechanics as less important than engaging with narrative elements. Actors love talking to the other PCs and NPCs while in character, and are completely happy engaging in entire scenes featuring nothing but roleplay. Having an actor at your table can be a lot of fun, and you can always trust them to lead the charge on social encounters or other conversations with NPCs that require nuance. However, make sure that the actor doesn't intentionally or unintentionally steal focus from the other from the other PCs at the table. One of the best strategies for this is keeping a rotation of encounters, scenes, or side adventures that specifically feature each PC in turn. If the actor can trust that they will get their turn in the sun, it's easier for them to play a supporting role in the stories of other party members. Keep the following in mind when running games for actors. Do incorporate plenty of social challenges or opportunities that can be solved through discussion or role-playing rather than violence. Do include elements of their PC's backstory into the plot. Do emphasize PC development and provide opportunities for them to explore their PC's hopes and fears. Don't let the actor automatically claim the spotlight. Make sure the other players can seize the moment to shine too. Yeah, no, that's
very important.
Yes, very important. But also, like you were saying, I think very accurate.
Yeah, for sure.
I've definitely played. I'm trying to decide as I'm reading through these. I'm trying to decide which I think I am. Probably.
You want me to take the Explorer?
Yeah, go for the Explorer.
Alrighty. If you'll just keep your screen still, I'm going to zoom in on it from where you're sharing it. There we go. The Explorer. The explorers seek novelty and are driven by curiosity to see what surprises are waiting in the next chapter. These players are rarely content to stay in one place for long and often make bold choices in the name of progress, whatever it takes to move the story along or take the game to the next level. Like actors, explorers are great fun at the table. They clamor to hear more details about the setting and uncover all those decisions a GM's puzzles over during game prep. Okay. Mm-hmm. The enthusiasm is excellent for GMs who spend a lot of time working on their game world, but can be intimidating for those who don't have as much time to consider answers to all the possible questions that a curious explorer is bound to ask. Keep the following in mind when running games for explorers. Do make the story of your campaign unfold. Do make sure that the story of your campaign unfolds at a healthy pace, never letting lulls in action last too long. Do showcase a variety of fantastical locations, people, and cultures in your campaign. And don't neglect world building details, secrets, or clues during session prep.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I think that is a type of player that I don't know if I would have immediately picked out as a type of player had it not been explicitly stated, because I think I might have lumped that in with actor in my
Yeah,
head.
for sure. Yeah, in my mind, before reading this, it was always they are the role players and they are the combat, and that was the two extremes in my head, and just various subcategories from there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I do know, like now that I've read this, I can think of a few players who I've had in the past who are definitely more explorers than actors in a
Yes,
lot of regards.
absolutely. Next, we have the inventor. Inventors delight in finding innovative solutions to challenges, often preferring to solve problems with out of the box thinking, sometimes proposing paths outside of the context of the rules as written. These players care little for optimization, preferring creative options to tried and true strategies. With little patience and encouragement, inventors tend to blossom into exceptional GMs, and some try their hand at homebrewing new mechanics. However, they can also be challenging at the game table, for like many scientifically minded individuals, they are inclined to test the limits of what is possible. A rigid or tired GM can become frustrated by the inventor's refusal to just do things the normal way. Try to find a way to negotiate a middle ground. Even if you can't give an inventor everything they ask for, you can work with them to channel an idea into a more practical proposal. Use at least part of their idea or challenge them to restate an idea within the rules. These strategies are likely to excite your inventor. Completely shutting ideas down with negativity or flat off refusal, however, is likely to sour the enjoyment of the game. Keep the following in mind when running games for inventors. Do incorporate many different encounter types and different kinds of problems to solve. Do allow room for flexibility and creative interpretation of the rules. Don't flat out dismiss or reject their ideas without discussion. Yeah,
The inventors, or is this you?
this
Did you
might
find
be
you?
me. This might be me, but I this might be me.
Yeah, it's
Maybe.
okay if that's you.
No,
It's
I
not
hate it.
bad.
Yeah, no. I don't think it would be bad. I'm still trying to juggle between, do I care about mechanical creativity more than, nah, I think I like both of I think most people are probably one to two of these. And so far,
Yeah.
I would give myself I am an inventor actor, I would say.
Ooh, okay.
I'm a I'm an actor son, inventor rising,
Love it, love it.
explorer, whatever moon. Um,
Let- Let's get into the power gamer here.
go for it.
Now, this one, I've not read this one all the way through, so I'm interested to see where this goes. The power gamer. Power gamers want their PCs to be the best. These players choose optimal options for their PCs, strive to beat challenges in the most efficient ways possible, and never reach the next level fast enough. Oh, wait, I think I have read part of this at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Um, while it can feel frustrating as a GM to have a power gamer trying to exploit every avenue to break the game, remember that this is the way that these players have fun. It has nothing to do with you or your campaign. They behave the same way at every table. The best thing you can do for your power gamer is to be a good sport, appreciating when they take out the third enemy in a row with an astronomical amount of damage, or congratulating them on beating an encounter in way less time than you thought it would take, makes these players feel awesome. Just like the larger than life heroes that they want their PCs to beat. Keep the following in mind when running games for power gamers. Do make sure that the PCs level up frequently, maybe even quicker than a standard party would. Do give plenty of opportunities to earn treasure, find or purchase magic items, or learn additional PC abilities. do regularly provide challenges and encounters that allow their PC's abilities to shine. Do recruit them to help other players learn and master their rules, and don't punish them for playing the game too well. I think that's very fair. I think that's really well worded, I think.
Yeah.
And I think the point here that really stands out to me is that a lot of people can hear power gamer and shine a negative light on it. But at the end of the day, these people, these types of gamers,
these power gamers over here,
these power gamers, I think oftentimes than not, these are just more experienced players who are like wanting to break the mold a little bit and kind of get out of the typical.
Yeah, because like system mastery is a part of the fun for some people, right? In the same way that like speed running games or achievement hunting is part of the way that some people choose to have fun with video games, power gaming and like mastering a system and being able to like break it down into its most and least optimal parts of like trying to maximize a certain like concept in their head is part of the fun. And understandably, that can also be frustrating, right? But again, you have to have that discussion of it is not just you trying to have fun at the table, it is everyone trying to have fun at the table. And so trying to find ways to give the power gamer part of their enjoyment, and it is like part of your job as someone who is running a game for them, right? If your players aren't having fun, how are you can't necessarily say you're doing a great job if you're leaving part of your table out of that fun for them, you know? Next up we
Snaps and claps.
Next up we have the Watcher. Watchers value the social experience of gathering with other players to play games, but aren't necessarily invested in the game itself. For these players, each game session is an excuse to catch up with friends, enjoy the camaraderie, and participate in a regular social event. There are many reasons why Watchers have these preferences. Perhaps they have different interests, struggle with the imaginative elements of the game, or are too shy to fully engage. Whatever the reason, don't take a Watcher's behavior personally. GMs put a lot of work into creating great games, and it's easy to misconstrue the Watcher's disinterest as an insult to your effort. This is rarely the case. As long as these players continue to show up, don't distract others, and aren't forced into the spotlight, they can be content. Often, they are even thrilled just to be included, even if they aren't obvious about showing it. Keep the following in mind when running games for Watchers. Do build in time to catch up before and after the game, and or incorporate mid-game breaks. Do prompt them to roll or engage as needed. Consider asking more experienced players to help the Watcher with the rules. Don't force them to be more involved than they want. And don't take their feelings about the game personally. As someone who has run games for several Watchers, this is so true. They just want to hang out, and that's okay.
They just want to be around friends.
They just want to be around friends. Nothing wrong with wanting to be around friends, especially if they aren't actually taking away anything. Then like, let them show.
Let them vibe.
Let them vibe.
That's just Jeff. Jeff's just hanging out.
Jeff's just hanging out. Hey, it's another body on the field that a monster can be attacking. In comparison to everyone else, you know.
Yeah, that's taking hit points away. So,
all right, and last but not least,
yep, there's the wild card. I love, yeah. Wild cards live completely in the moment. I did begin to read ahead. I think I am the actor in the wild card, unfortunately. They live completely in the moment, often making choices just to see what happens, or fixating on big ideas without necessarily thinking through the consequences of their actions. These players struggle with careful planning and strategy, often growing bored if other players take too long to decide what to do. Wild cards can bring a lot of energy and passion to the table, but they are difficult to plan for, since you, and often they, have no idea what they will do next. Okay, as I'm reading this, I think I'm less of a wild card. And this unpredictability can also lead to conflict with other player types, especially the power gamer. The best thing you can do to support these players is to foster a friendly space where it's okay to make mistakes, and players aren't punished if they say the wrong thing in the heat of the moment. If you and the other players learn to deal with the wildcard's energy in a gentle yet firm way, they typically thrive and delight the whole group with enthusiasm. Keep the following in mind when running games for wildcards. Do take time to explain possible consequences and allow them to take back obvious mistakes within reason. And don't put them into situations where their decisions can bring serious consequences down on other party members, which that one is very important.
So true. The last thing that you or your table wants is the wild card who is mostly just there to see, okay, what would happen if I do this? Be the person at the button for that says, if you press this button, everyone dies. And they go, well, is it telling the truth? There's only one way to find out.
You can utilize a wild card, though, by putting that chest in the middle of the room where it's clearly a mimic. You can use wild cards to move your story along if you've, tuned into what they do.
Yes, absolutely. Reading this, okay, wait. So which one do you think you want?
I think actor for sure. Actor is my sun, right? Actor is my sun, and then my moon or my rising would probably be the inventor. Which is that what you chose too?
I think yeah.
Makes sense. I was in a game just recently where I jumped off of a wall with spider climb boots or whatever, and then jumped back into a colossal titan trying to knock it over. So I think that very much so fits into the inventor kind of archetype.
Yeah. I was very much the person that I got really into old school dungeoneering nice. Early on when I was playing D&D 4E, early D&D Next. And so I was the type of person who was okay, so I'm buying 3 bags of cloth, a bunch of vials, this, and then just on the fly, okay, what are we gonna do? This sucks. Okay, I'm gonna take my sackcloth bag. I'm gonna put the vials in it. I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna smash it all. Now I have a bunch of glass dust, and I'm gonna start using this glass dust as improvised, as an improvised weapon to see if I can blind. I'm not trying to do a lot of damage. I'm just trying to blind them. Yeah, no, basically. Or it was stuff like that I was constantly okay, I have all these ball bearings that can act either as weights or a trap, and it was,
don't give an inventor ball bearings, please.
Don't worry, they'll buy them. They know what they know what they need.
They know where to find them.
They know where to find them.
Surprise, it's in their starting equipment. They already have it.
I knew what I wanted from the beginning. Oh, I get to choose between either standard equipment or I could just get gold to buy stuff. I'll take the gold, please. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. 1,000 ball bearings for me.
So, but yeah, no, this is all very, very accurate, I think. Both from my personal play experience and what I think I look for out of games, but also from players that I've seen as well.
No, 100%.
Yeah. I also think having an actor inventor mix is very funny because it's the actor doesn't care about the mechanics and the inventor is I care about the mechanics, but only to the degree that I can break them. Yeah. I understand the rules implicitly, so I'm trying to see if I can find loopholes in them.
I've learned these enough to know that I should be able to do this one wild thing.
all of my mechanics knowledge going into one really crazy move all at once, and then I'm
the equations, the algebra just popping up.
Basically. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, as you all can see, the Game Master's Guide, even just in this one section of a chapter, right, gives so much information on how a game master can interact with their players and try to meet each other where they are at, so that you can better facilitate the game, better make sure that everyone is having a good time, but also helps you know okay, what are the things that I want to avoid, or things that could be a problem, so that you can get ahead of it and have that conversation and make sure it's not actually going to be ahead of time.
Yeah. because I don't want to see anybody here in the Kobold, live streams, Discord. I don't want to be reading one of your stories on Thursdays and Fridays on Reddit. I'd rather not. I want you guys to all have amazing experiences. And if you do check out the Game Master's Guide and take a good long read through it, you're going to find tools that are going to help boost your games and also boost your connections with your players, for example.
Absolutely. Well, that is all the time we have, everyone. Thank you so much for being here for another Kobold Chats. James, thank you so much for being here with me.
Of course. Thanks for having me on.
Of course. Let the people know where they can find you and RPG Familiar on the internet.
Yes. So it's mainly going to be on YouTube. We, of course, have other socials, but all of our uploads typically go to youtube.com/RPGFamiliar. I believe we have a link.
Yes, give me
that we can send into there.
Yes, sir.
And then from there, of course, in any of our video bios, you can find our other socials. We also have a Discord, which you're welcome to hop into. Give us suggestions. We love covering topics that people recommend. So just let us know. But also, Kendo, thank you again for having us on. Big thanks to Kobold Press for letting us create within the Kobold Creates program, because it's honestly been an amazing experience, left and right.
I'm glad to hear it. And thank you so much for being here as well. It was a joy being able to talk with you and look through the different types of players and figure out just which kind we are.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And everybody, don't forget to go check out the Labyrinth Worldbook Kickstarter if you haven't already done so. Share it with your friends. If we can get to that 350K, we will have unlocked every single stretch goal. And I know we need to get to 325K first, which I believe we can do. But
we can
also
skip 325. We'll just go straight to 350.
350. Come on, I need that Void Warlock. Everybody.
I need that Void Warlock. I need that so bad.
I need it. Yeah, and so that's all I got for you. But we will be back next week with another Kobold Chat, same time, same channel. So don't forget to go out, eat enough food, drink enough water, get enough sleep, and take care of yourself. Because self-care is very important, especially in the times we're living in right now. If you are in any of the areas currently devastated by the terrible climate catastrophes that we are having, my heart is out to you, and I hope that you all are staying safe and taking care of each other. So yeah, see you next week, everybody. See ya.
See you next week.